I don't know if anyone can identify with this, but ever since childhood, I've always had like a kind of a low grade anxiety. I've always felt like a sense of uneasiness, like something was missing, or just something wasn't right. Like I had to always feeling like there's something I need to get to be able to feel okay, or there's some part of me that just like I just have to fix, just get rid of, like this negative bad part that is just you know um, not good, and and so it was always like behind that was like until I get rid of this, or until I get this, then I won't be okay, you know that I won't have that sense of well-being, or a sense of peace, just always feeling like things aren't okay, things just aren't okay yet. I got to take care of this and then things will be okay. I got to take care of that then, and it's just exhausting, like trying to like hold things together, like holding life together, you know, this in constant like protective safety mode, and most of my life, and like every little aspect of my life, like even to like like my emotions, like trying to control and resist emotions, like all of this stuff, it becomes exhausting. I'm sure some of you have felt this in some way, maybe some haven't, but it's like I think a lot of us do, you know, like constantly this feeling of not good enough. Like, I'm just not there yet. I haven't arrived to wherever that place is that I'm trying to get to. And like the narrative is like sometimes if I could only just not have these desires, sometimes I get like whatever, there's so many different desires, and it's like feels overwhelming, and it feels like I'm a bad person, or that like I shouldn't have this. And it's like until I could get rid of that, then I'm not going to have a sense of okayness, a sense of well-being. Or if until I tame and still this noisy mind, like this mind that is just like kind of like a hamster on a wheel at time, and having thoughts that sometimes like I can't believe these thoughts are. If someone knew the thoughts I'm having, they'd lock me up. Until that has come to like rest, and I can't have a sense of well-being, and then I'm not okay. Or until like I get a better career or more money, until I get that, or until I get, my relationships are healthier, and I am, have more of a, like better at social situations, which I'm not great at, until that can happen, or until I get approval from others and more people like me, or until I get rid of all desires, like this desire, whatever it is. It's just like a constant thing, and and a lot of times, I notice that like why. You ever like stop and ask yourself why? Like why? Like why? Like okay, so I stop having difficult emotions. Okay, so what's there? What am I looking for? What is it I'm looking for? At times the difficult emotion ends. Okay, so I've gotten through that. But then something else, well, then I need this. So maybe I'm feeling jealous, and then the jealousy is calmed down, but then I need it's career stuff. Or maybe I'm feeling rage or anger, and then that calms down, and then it's this. It could be anything, you know even good emotions. Maybe I'm feeling blissful and ecstasy, and then that goes away. And then, so like what's driving these desires? And I don't have answers for these questions, but I think is worth like just stopping and asking, what's driving it? Like I'm looking for that sense of safety, that sense of well-being, that, and a part of it, I think, won't go away. You know, that sort of protective mechanism that makes me human. That's always in, always alert. You know, that survival part. You know, that's part of it. But like for me, just as a human being, you know, navigating this world, you know, why is it that all of these things have to be fulfilled before I can just be me, you know, before I can have that sense of well-being, and sense of okayness. So what is, and I think, you know, if we didn't know, if we didn't have a taste of that sense of well-being and that sense of peace, then if then that desire to find it, which may not be conscious, we may not know that's the conscious, that is what is driving these desires, whatever that desire is that wanting to be, you know, because let's say I'm going after something, you know, and then I get it. For a little while, there's this sense of well-being, this sense of peace, you know. And maybe that's because the mind has like calmed down. The mind is grasping for that thing that it feels like it needs. And then it gets it, and things, okay, the mind calms down. And I think when the mind calms down, why is it that we feel that sense of well-being then? What is here? So that then the question is, what is here? And I don't, you know, I don't have an answer for you, but it's worth asking. What's here despite the noisy mind? What's here despite the difficult emotions? What's here through it all? And it's not reliant on someone else's approval or someone else saying that it's there. So we have these eyes, this inner eye. What's here right now? Does it need, of course the body needs food, shelter, you know, certain amount of, you know, we need to be social. We you know, there's certain basic instincts that we need. Okay, but this sense of peace, sense of well-being, where is it? What is here now? So it's worth taking a few seconds just to turn the direction inward. And what I've noticed is that I'm here. I could be like jealous and angry and fucking miserable and think like it's the end of the world, but I'm still here. It's beyond all of that. I'm still here. There's a deepness to that. It's like a well that never ends. It's noticing the sound of my voice, the thoughts, the insecure, everything. So what I say is, let the desire to get all of this stuff can be there, you know. But just once in a while, I find, it's a reminder for myself, just take what's here now. Is that affected by any of this? Can it be? And I think it can't. So, but you find out. Thanks.